I know you came in clean slate, but have you been told of the progress in Marchenko's game this year? He seems to be harder on pucks, more competitive, getting pucks back. Have people who have been here told you these things? Or?
No, but I do know that we've challenged him to do that, to hunt pucks, win your one-on-one puck battles, compete, and simply said we want him to have the puck, right? And somebody else can't always go get it. Like sometimes you got to get it yourself, and he's competed his butt off, and obviously, he's helped his team, have some success because of it.
You making any lineup changes, and are you going to keep 11 and 7?
You can't give all the secrets, right?
Sure, why not? You're safe with us.
Maybe.
Now, if you do stay at 11 to 7, though, what goes into who you decide to play in that extra role, and then how do you keep Corrali and Puccia kind of involved in the game as well that way?
Yeah, good question. Do we? Sure, we go into the game with a plan, right? There's a thought process of who and when and situational, we put into that spot. But then it varies, right, with penalties or, matchups. If we, short shift the line or what have you to match up, then it kind of flips off of the line that we were going to double up or person we were going to double up. So, there's a lot of factors that go into it. Feel is certainly one of them. But those two guys in particular, Curls and Tuna, have done a great job, particularly Tuna, and Curls too. Sometimes Curls will go, the other night we put Monty there a couple times. Curls played left, Tuna played right. And our guys have done a really good job of staying focused, communicating on the bench, because it can easily get confusing if Marchie plays right wing with one line and then he plays left wing with the other. And so our guys have been real good at communicating and making sure that our changes are properly executed after we've made that call.
Past couple of years here with a lot of these same players, it was kind of a struggle just trying to find one line that you could just say, yeah, we know what we're going to get from them, and just let them roll out there. With that top line that you have right now, have you found one of those where you can just kind of stick it in the back pocket? If you go away from it, you can come back. And how important is that especially with your top line?
Which is our top line?
With Marchenko, I'm saying with Marchenko and Monahan and Voronkov.
Do we want to have lines flipping all over the place? No, I don't know how many games this is consistently. We've had the same type of lines set up, and that Monty's line in particular. As a lot of times from the outside, it looks like coaches are, they want to get involved and tweak and, throw to. We as a staff, we want to leave it as consistent as possible, right? And to have consistency on lines where you can build chemistry, and sometimes there isn't chemistry with a couple of guys or a line, and it comes, right? You have a really good game, you have a really good period or shift or whatever, and we try to factor all that in, but it's nice to have consistency with the line combinations. That line in particular has been not only good offensively, but they've been very sound defensively. And a lot of times when you get a line where you think it's more offensive, you want to start them in the offensive zone. We don't have to start them in the offensive zone because we trust that they can get out of the defensive zone, do the right things down there in order to go play offense. So, it's been a well-rounded line for us as of, so far.
Maybe kind of a weird question, but a word that some of your players use in the locker room after the game on New Year's Eve was fun. They want to make sure that they're kind of having some fun while going through this, and thinks that helps their play maybe at times too. And I think you're a guy that has kind of preached that a little bit as well. Just how important is it to make sure there's some of that as you go through a long season, and how that can kind of sustain you as the year goes by?
how the hell could it not be fun? You're playing hockey in the NHL. How the like it? If you're not having fun like playing hockey in the NHL, then there's seriously something wrong with you. Because it's you do it until they tell you can't, right? So yeah, I hope the guys are having fun. It's a lot more fun winning than losing, certainly. So when you win, you have a lot more fun. But yeah, I think that comes with the team aspect of it, and you know, the building of the chemistry, the way that they've come together as a group. I think they have each other's back. They have fun. They, you know, in the room and on the ice, and that builds, you know, like I said, the chemistry of the group, so that, you know, it'll give you a better opportunity to have success. So, yeah, they better be having fun.
Going back to 11-7, you have a healthy forward scratch in LeBanc. How much of that is a reflection of his play, and what does he need to do to get back in the lineup?
Not a reflection of his play. We thought he played extremely well. You know, we've, you know, when you, and it's not set if we do it here tonight. It's, but you know, if you have some success with something, you stay with it for a little bit. But there's a lot of different factors that go into it. But as far as Banker, he's played hard. He's played. He's done the right things that we've asked him to do. Sometimes it's a numbers thing. That's what it's been the last little bit here for him.
Dean, has Denton Matejchuk been given any sort of sense of stability here? Is he still kind of going day by day, performance-wise?
I haven't spoke to him. I don't think Don has. He's just playing, right? It's good if the coach and the GM don't talk to you. You just that's my experience anyway. I never wanted to talk to the coach. Yeah, no, he's played very well, and he'll play tonight, and you know, hopefully he continues to do that.
So results aside, you know, Werenski the other night, career high 11 shots on goal. I think between him, Marchenko, and Voronkov is 20 of your 28 shots. Do you like the way that the lines have been looking? Do you maybe want a little bit more outside of the top guys?
Sure. Would we like consistency? Would we like every line to be, you know, producing, every player, every defenseman? Absolutely. And, you know, but some will produce more than others just because of skill set or what have you. But, you know, ice time, special teams, that type of stuff all play into it. So would we like, you know, having depth in the scoring? Yeah, of course. But, you know, sure, those guys have scored, probably majority. You guys know numbers more than I would. But the other lines are generating, and even if lines aren't scoring, or, you know, a D pair is not scoring, it's creating momentum. Obviously, we're keeping the puck out of our net as well. But every shift you want to create momentum and keep that going on our side. And I think all four lines have done that on a regular basis.
A little off the wall here, but like with the shootout the other night, I believe Severson was he second out? I think he was second out.
Yep.
When you come up, and we may have talked about this, about how you determine your shootout lineup, but like, is that per game thing, and how do you come up with Severson?
You know those ping pong ball things?
You're
the
using
bingo
the ping
thing?
pong ball
yeah,
thing.
so you've got a machine in there, and it just pops them out, and it's just like, what? All right. A lot goes into it. At the start of the year, obviously, not a lot. I mean, every team does it. You look at the numbers over their career. You look at the lately. You watch practice. You know, like you guys mentioned, we do it, you know, not every day, or like try to do a consistent, you know, to keep sharp for goalies and for the players. Yeah, and then you make your decision. So we've, same as our thought process with, you know, who's going to fill in on that line. If we have 11 players, we have it projected of who's going to shoot, right? The guy's got 2 goals. He's having a hell of a night. Maybe he slides up into another spot or what have you. But it's likely pretty consistent on our top 4 guys, maybe 5 that go. And then after that, it would probably be more of a feel thing. But yeah, we've got a thought process, but it can always switch. Thank you. Thanks, guys.